If you run a health or wellness brand, you have more than 50,000 people on your email list, and you want to drive more revenue from that list without burning it out, then this video is for you. I'm Chris Pearson, and since 2014, I've helped health and wellness brands turn their email list into their highest returning revenue channel, generating millions in the process. To understand why volume isn't a strategy, let me tell you a quick story. In 1974, a radio station in a small Nevada town made a decision that seemed logical on paper. Ratings were soft, listenership was down. The station manager looked at the numbers and concluded the problem was reach. They weren't broadcasting enough. So they extended the transmission hours, boosted the signal, and started filling every available slot with content. 6 months later, the ratings were softer, they got worse, because the problem was never broadcast hours. The town had 4,000 people. The station was already reaching every one of them who wanted to be reached. So broadcasting longer didn't create more listeners. It created more noise, directed at people who had already decided they weren't interested. They didn't have a frequency problem, they had an audience problem. I hear the same logic inside supplement brands every time the revenue numbers go soft on email. Send more emails, add another flow, fire off a win-back sequence, hit the list harder. And understand the instinct. Email feels like a lever. It's cheap, it's fast, it's inside your control on a Tuesday morning when the dashboard looks off. If revenue is down, more email feels like doing something, but volume is not a strategy. And the difference between those two things is exactly what a buyer sees when they open your email metrics inside a data room. Here's what actually happens inside the account when I pull the data for these types of clients. The list has already told you everything that you need to know. The engaged segments, the people who open consistently, click with intent, and reorder without being pushed, those customers are already hearing from. They are not the constraint. The inactive segment, the majority of most mature list, is not converting more because you sent a 7th email. They're converting less because every additional touch trains the inbox filter to route you to promotions or worse, spam. So more spam sends do not create more revenue. More sends to the wrong segment erode the deliverability that makes revenue possible in the first place. Here's what the math actually shows when I sit inside these accounts and I look at them. A brand sending 12 emails a month to a 60,000 person list with, let's say, an 18% open rate is not underperforming because the volume is wrong. They're underperforming because 49,000 of those 60,000 have already self-selected out of the relationship. And every send to those 49,000 people is degrading the domain reputation that the other 11,000 are counting on. The revenue is not hiding inside the inactive segment. It is hiding inside the depth of the relationship with the people who are still paying attention. Volume treats every address on the list as equivalent. Strategy treats each segment as a different relationship at a different stage of trust with a different job to do. The operators I've seen grow email revenue without growing send volume all made the same move first. They stopped asking how many emails they could send this month and started asking what the right message was for the right person at the right moment. Recent buyers get one conversation, loyal reorderers get another, lapsed customers who purchased twice and disappeared got something different still, sent less often with more space and with a specific job to do. When the right message goes to the right person at the right cadence, open rates go up, click rates go up, and revenue percent goes up. Not because you sent more, but because you got better at sending. Let me give you a real example of this and how it can look. We worked with a supplement brand for a number of years, and when they came on, they were doing about 12 million a year with email and SMS, attributing less than $1 million of that to Klaviyo. By the time we were done, they were at 21 million in total revenue, and email and SMS responsible for over 7 million of it. We didn't send more emails. We started by understanding who their best customers actually were. What we found was that their star customers, the ones with the highest LTV and the strongest reorder behavior, were purchasing from 3 to 4 categories out of 3 dozen the brand actually offered, across about 11 SKUs. So those SKUs rotated seasonally, and almost without exception, anyone who had ever purchased outside those top categories had at some point bought from the core SKU bucket first. The list wasn't the problem. The strategy and how we were approaching them were. So we rebuilt the entire email program around one idea: the right offer to the right group at the right time. Not more, but better. This single shift is what moved email from a $1 million channel to a $7 million one. That is a number a buyer actually cares about. Not how many emails you sent last quarter, not the size of your list. Revenue per email sent by segment over time. That number tells the story of whether your email program is an asset or a volume habit dressed up as a channel strategy. The radio station in Nevada didn't need more broadcast hours. They needed to know who was still listening, what those people actually wanted to hear, and how to make the signal worth tuning into. Volume filled the airwaves. Strategy would have filled the seats. If your email revenue is soft and your instinct is to increase the send calendar, pull one number before you do anything else. Revenue per email sent, segmented by your engagement tier. That number will tell you exactly where the problem is. And almost always, it is not that you are sending too little, it is that you are sending the same thing to everyone and calling it a program. So if this sounds like your current strategy and you want to make more sales with email and you're in health and wellness, then consider booking a call with me. Find the link down below this video. In the meantime, like this video, subscribe for more, and comment if you have any questions down below. Until next time.